British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer says his government is working on a 10-year plan to fix the National Health Service. Addressing a healthcare think tank, the King's Fund, in England, Mr. Starmer said the NHS was broken under the previous government. His comments come after an independent report found the health system in the UK to be under critical condition. The state-run NHS has been in crisis, struggling to recover from the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, long backlogs for elective procedures and industrial action.
The last government broke the NHS. Until this morning, we didn't know the full scale of the damage, which is laid bare in the report. Even Lord Darcy, with all his years of experience, is shocked by what is discovered. It is unforgivable. And people have every right to be angry. Some of these failings are literally life and death. Take the waiting times in A&E. More than 100,000 infants waited more than 6 hours last year. And nearly a tenth of all patients are now waiting for 12 hours or more. That's not just a source of fear and anxiety. It's leading to thousands of avoidable deaths. The NHS may be broken, but it's not beaten. As the report says, the NHS may be in a critical condition, but its vital signs are strong. And we need to have the courage to deliver long-term reform. Major surgery, not sticking plasters. We've got to face up to the challenges.
South Korea and Japan confirm North Korea has fired multiple short-range ballistic missiles off its east coast, condemning the action. According to both countries, the launches took place at about 7:10 this morning, local time, days after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un promised to put his nuclear force fully ready for battle with its rivals. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said it detected missiles launched from North Korea's capital, Pyongyang, flying 360 kilometers before landing in the waters between the Korean peninsula and Japan. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida has called on officials to ensure the safety of ships and aircraft. In Sudan, the UN Security Council has voted unanimously to extend sanctions against the country for another year. This resolution renews the 1591 Sudan sanctions regime, including assets, freezes, travel bans, and an arms embargo until September 12 of 2025. Members of the council believe the extension may prevent illegal weapons from getting into the conflict zone and will help ease tensions. The resolution is a technical rollover of measures previously renewed by Resolution 2676 in March 2023. Responding to this, Sudan's representative Al-Harith Idris Muhammad accuses the UAE of supporting the paramilitary rapid support forces that committed war crimes in Darfur. However, the UAE has dismissed those claims as baseless accusations.
I shall put the draft resolution to the vote now. Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document S/2024/666 please raise their hand? The result of the voting is as follows. The draft resolution received 15 votes in favor. The draft resolution has been adopted unanimously as Resolution 2750/2024.
Renewing the sanctions measures will restrict the movement of arms into Darfur and sanction individuals and entities contributing to or complicit in destabilizing activities in Sudan. All of this is critical to helping end the escalating conflict, alleviate the humanitarian catastrophe, and put Sudan back on the path to stability and security. The United States remains committed to the Sudanese people and will continue to work closely with Sudan, colleagues on the Council, and all stakeholders to facilitate peace for the country and the region.
I am compelled to participate in this meeting to respond to the baseless allegations made earlier this morning by the Sudanese representative who, as we all know, represents one of the warring parties, whose legitimacy to represent the people of Sudan is questionable, to say the least. His claims are utterly false and are a cynical attempt to deflect attention from the failings of the Sudanese armed forces. Despite the immensely high stakes, the SAF has shown zero political courage. The warring parties have caused this catastrophe, and only they can end it.
Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has met with the British monarch King Charles III at Buckingham Palace on Wednesday. This was disclosed in a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga. According to the statement, President Tinubu's visit is aimed at strengthening diplomatic ties with the United Kingdom. He reiterated Nigeria's firm commitment to addressing climate change in a manner that aligns with the country's energy security objectives, whilst affirming Nigeria's readiness to adopt global strategies for sustainability. The United Kingdom's royal family also confirmed the visit, posting a photograph of the two leaders in Buckingham Palace. It will be the first meeting for both of them since they met in Dubai at COP28 Climate Summit last year. The latest meeting is set to be at the King's request. Artificial intelligence. Now, the third edition of the Global AI Summit has kicked off in Riyadh. It's kicked off on Tuesday with 150 sessions and over 400 speakers. Visitors say there's a big difference this year in terms of organization. 3 exhibition rooms will be open, showcasing artificial intelligence technology. According to the summit's website, one of its goals is to address the challenging issues facing the advancement of artificial intelligence and ensuring that its promise is realized for the good of all people. A crew of 4 aboard a SpaceX capsule embarked on the world's first private spacewalk today as an astronaut eased out of the Crew Dragon spacecraft in a tether into a vacuum of space hundreds of miles from the Earth. 41-year-old billionaire Jared Isaacman exited first at about 6:52 a.m. Well, should we say space time or local time? I'm confused. After he returned a few minutes later, 30-year-old SpaceX engineer Sarah Gillis took her turn in space, all their maneuvers streaming live on the company's website. The spacewalk was scheduled to last only about 30 minutes, but the procedures to prepare for it and to finish safely lasted about 2 hours. It was meant to test the new spacesuit designs and procedures for the capsule, among other things. Isaacman, Gillis, Scott Petit, a retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, and SpaceX engineer Anna Menon had been orbiting Earth aboard Crew Dragon since Tuesday's pre-dawn launch from Florida of the Polaris Dawn mission. Menon and Petit remain inside the spacecraft, during the spacewalk.
I said it before, a lot of us wear characters, we want to do this.
All right, stepping into test matrix 1 for single-handed mobility.
Really cool to see one of our own out there. That's awesome.
And EV2 for awareness, we're watching from the nose cone.
Wow, and that's the world today. Thanks for watching. I'm Amarachi Ubani.